What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another player ratings video. It was our final game in the Europa League qualifying stages last night. We battered Maccabi Haifa 7-2. I got Joe Lee with me. God, it was just a breath of fresh air, you know, just to get past the group state, well, the knockout phases, get into the group phases. No more Arsenal fans laughing, no more Chelsea fans laughing. You know what I mean? We're in the group stages now. Yeah. How good was that performance last night?
It was a long time coming. We deserved a performance like that. I think we've been quite unlucky in the last few weeks with handballs and whatnot. Obviously, same thing happened last night, but
it couldn't stop us this time.
It couldn't stop us, and we made sure to keep our heads straight after the strange decisions. But 7 goals. Look, we looked fantastic last night, and. Yeah, it's a long time coming. Really excited.
You know, yesterday was exactly a year since we lost 7-2 to Bayern.
Yeah.
To the day.
I saw that is weird. That is, but I know it's obviously Haifa, so it's not really a like for like. But
but 7-2. Like, when do you see a 7-2? It's mad.
And the position we are compared to last year is really good. So it's hopefully it's up onwards and upwards from here.
All right, let's get on into the ratings. Let's start off with Joe Hart. We gave him a 7. A lot of people would have said they didn't want to see Joe Hart starting in such an important game as we needed to win it. But you got to give credit to Joe Hart because he actually pulled through a brilliant performance, even diving to his left a couple of times. I think Sherry was popping off shots all day for Maccabi Haifa. Really good ones at that. The 2 goals he conceded, probably couldn't do anything about them. The penalty and the pop shot, but he made some great saves.
You've got to put trust in him. We're going to have a lot of games this season, and in the Europa League, I'm happy to see him start. We're not going to be playing against top quality level of opposition, so I understand the signing of Joe Hart and why Jose is going to want to play him in some fairly important games in the Europa League. So he made some good saves. Obviously the penalty, there's nothing really he could do about it. Obviously it could have gone the right way, but that's just a 50-50. And I think a 7's fair. He wasn't outstanding, but that first goal was unsavable. And I don't blame him for that either. So
yeah, I feel he dealt with everything that came his way quite comfortably. Made some really good saves, and the 2 goals you just couldn't do anything about. One was a penalty, and one was an absolute stormer of a shot. So
that's it.
Yeah, well played, Joe Hart. Let's move on to Matt Dougherty. We gave him a 6. I thought he was probably the weakest link in the team. There were a lot of attacks that came down his side.
This isn't even to do with the penalty. This isn't because for me it's and for most of us it wasn't even a penalty anyway. Regardless of that, he's letting it get past him too many times, giving Joe Hart too much work in my opinion. I think a lot of the defence gave Joe Hart a bit too much work last night. Obviously, the first goal, nothing they could do about it. But I feel like Dougherty was the weakest link, as you say, and. He's just hasn't kicked off just quite yet.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. We were speaking to someone on the fan cams last night, and they said that he doesn't look fit yet. He's growing. But yeah, look, you got to give him time. He's a brand new signing coming into a new team, a new system. But let's talk about that penalty for a second, because that's the second time Dougherty's been done by that new handball rule. Absolute disgrace. I mean, what's he supposed to do, man? His hands are by his side.
That's the thing. I mean, I don't know what I'm meant to say about this. For me, it's so obviously not a handball. Obviously, we got one for the same sort of
both of them
error,
were a disgrace, weren't they?
But it is a disgrace to football, and it's only right we got the handball in our favour in the end. But I don't understand the thinking behind it. Obviously, it hits your hand and it's called a handball, but I don't understand how. Like Sim said yesterday, you're getting punished for having hands. Like, what is going on? And arms, like, I don't know what to say. Honestly, I'm clueless.
They're going to start handcuffing you behind your back so you don't give away a handball.
Who made this rule is all I can sort of think of. Mind-boggling.
Let's move on to Davinson Sanchez. We gave him a 6 as well. I thought he was a bit sloppy at times and did get caught ball watching at times. I thought our defensive unit was not good last night. What won us the game was our attacking unit and how well we attacked. But our defence was not good last night. Haifa were getting in time and time again. And that's why we conceded 2 goals, and that's why I gave him a 6.
Do you think a new centre-back will sort this out? Do you think that's going to bring them all together, sort of create a green link between them all? Or
100%.
Is it the players we've got at the moment? Are we going to need more than one?
No, I think we need one centre-back, and I think that is the missing piece. Jose Mourinho was talking a lot about the puzzles in the squad, and I think that completes our puzzle.
Yeah, I think if we go on to Toby next as well, I think he was the best of the bunch. But well, not including Ben Davies actually. Out of Sanchez and Alderweireld, he was the best. But yeah, I think hopefully one centre back's all we need to just create a more stable back line.
100%. Which brings us on to Toby. We gave him a 7. Like you said, he was better than Davinson Sanchez. Made a few really crucial...
He was actually decent.
Yeah, he made a few real crucial sliding tackles and blocks. Like I said before, the defence was shaky, but he was the better of the two, and you got to commend him for the minutes that he's put in. 90 minutes in the space of 3 days. Absolutely sensational from Toby Alderweireld.
I'm not sure what to think of him right now, because 1 minute I'm thinking he's too old and his time at Spurs is on the down low. It's on the slope downwards. But next minute he puts in a game like he did yesterday. So I don't want to get carried away, because I keep saying this. I've said it about 100 times now, but it is Haifa, so we can't get carried away about a lot of the performances. But Alderweireld looked really good last night, and I'm happy to see him looking positive again. And hopefully, if he plays well with the new centre back we're hopefully going to get, then onwards and upwards.
Let's move on to Ben Davies. We gave him an 8. I thought he was the most assured in the back line. I thought he was the best player in our back line last night for sure. Some things that are said about Ben Davies sometimes, that he doesn't get up and help the attack quick enough. But first minute of the game, he's the one up there assisting Harry Kane. You've got to commend him on that. I thought he caused the Haifa defence problems last night, which he doesn't usually do. And as well, he was probably our most assured player defensively as well. So absolutely brilliant performance from Ben Davies last night.
Do you think Mourinho had a big part to play in that? In him sort of attacking more,
I think
the
so.
crosses in.
I think it's something that we're trying now, because obviously Reguilon coming in, so we've got 2 attacking fullbacks in Dougherty, Reguilon, Aurier. So I think it's a tactic that we're using now. You saw in the last Europa League game, Ben Davies was getting up a lot more. And obviously it looks as though Reguilon coming in has kicked Ben Davies up the backside a little bit.
Yeah, I think that might be what it is. He looked better than he has for his last few games. Probably one of the best he's played this season. And it's nice to see that. I think when a new player comes in, the player in that position, formerly in that position, is always boosted, and that's good if that's the case, because like we say, we've got a lot of games, so he's still going to be playing, but he's just going to be that extra bit hungrier because of that competition between him and Reguilon.
Exactly, that is what we've needed for so long, just competition in the squad, and now we've got it in every position. It's absolutely insane. But let's move on to Harry Winks. We gave him a 7. I thought it was an assured display from Harry Winks. I thought sloppy at times, tracking back, plenty of energy. He did get done in the transitions a few times, but I thought as the game was wearing on, he really did improve, and he was one of the better players. Yeah,
I think he's been like this way for the last year, really. Like he'll get some great interceptions, but then he'll be a bit sloppy. And then he'll win the ball back again, then he'll pass a nice ball, but then he'll make something sloppy, a sloppy error. So we sort of say the same things about him most weeks, and he hasn't, I wouldn't say he's improved in a long time. I think we know where his level's at right now, and where it'll continue to be at. But that's not a bad level, and he didn't play awful last night, and he didn't play great either. So he did okay. 7's a fair rating for him.
All right, let's move on to Pierre-Emerick, a player which I'm really starting to love. We gave him a 7. I thought it was very, very tidy there in the middle of the pitch from him, much tidier than Harry Winks. He could have potentially closed down Sherry, the guy that took that pop shot from 35 yards, but I'm not going to mark him down too much on that. I thought it was an assured display from Højbjerg.
It's weird because with Dougherty and Højbjerg, they both come from Premier League clubs, but Højbjerg's just settled in so much nicer. And as you say, he did look comfortable last night, in my opinion. He won the ball back a fair few times, and I was really happy with him as well. So I don't know why Dougherty's not sort of used to the way we play as of yet. Maybe it's just the playing style doesn't suit him as much. In fact, that definitely is what it is. But yeah, as for Højbjerg, solid performance again. And I'm looking forward to what he's going to do in a Spurs shot over the next few months, because he's really starting to put some shifts in. He's
got that leader's mentality about him as well. You know, that midfield general, which I'm loving. But the thing is about Dougherty, what you were saying, I get your point. He has to kind of suit into a new style of play, whatever. But also the thing is, you got to remember that Wolves' season started very early last season and ended very late as well because of the Europa League, because they were in the qualifiers and they went quite far in the competition. So he has played a lot of football.
Yeah, but Harry Kane doesn't play. I know Harry Kane's different, like in a lot of levels, but he plays like all the time for us. So
but Harry Kane's Harry Kane.
Yeah. Who knows?
Let's move on to Giovanni La Seltzer. We gave him a 9. He only played 45 minutes and he got a 9. That's how well he played. 2 goals, 2 great goals, really are. Took his goals well. He was a constant menace in that centre of the park, busybody. And before I forgot to mention for Ben Davies as well. He assisted one of Giovanni's goals.
That was a fantastic assist into the box. Yeah.
So look, lovely finishes for Giovanni, and hopefully he's not injured for the Man United game, because we're really going to need him. Jose Mourinho said after the game that it's going to be touch and go.
Is it the mind games though?
Hopefully it's the mind games. But I don't know if you heard it, but he said that. He could be fit. He doesn't want to say he's not definitely going to be out, but Giovanni could spring a few surprises. But this guy Giovanni, he grows and grows and grows every game.
Yeah, you guys have shown him so much love on this channel, and it's rightly so. I mean, yesterday, I don't know which goal I prefer. The first one with the first touch finish in the top left, the way he sees the opening was just beautiful, and then the second one to have the confidence to chip it over the keeper was great. Obviously, you saw with Bergwijn, he tried to chip the keeper. Maybe he'd learnt from Lo Celso's goal, but Bergwijn couldn't do it. Lo Celso could. And I feel like Lo Celso last night was just on fire. Me and Sim talked about it at the half-time show. Playing him an attacking role, he really suited it last night, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. 100%. I mean, I love Giovanni Lo Celso. I think technically him and Ndombele are probably the best 2 players in the squad, and I just want to see them playing together so desperately just from the start of games.
I mean, I don't mind at the moment, because as long as they can play well without each other, then we've got more strengths in more positions, so they don't have to play together. And then say we've got a game 2 days later, that's all right because we've got Ndombele, and then 2 days later after that, that's all right because we've got Lo Celso. Like, there's positives out of it, it's a good problem. But obviously, for those big games, you're looking at the Arsenals, the Cities, the big Europa League ties, whatever. You're going to want to see both of them together and just put in some fantastic performances. But it's a good problem to have.
100%. Let's move on to Steven Bergwijn. We gave him a 9. Personally, I thought this was Steven Bergwijn's best performance. Potentially in the Spurs shirt, never mind this season. I thought he gave Haifa no ends of problems. He was physical, he was fast, he was on their defence at every moment. He was taking a lot of shots. 2 assists, obviously, 1 from the corner, 1 to tee up Harry Kane brilliantly. I think it was a performance. He had everything apart from a goal. Everything.
Yeah, I think I was a bit harsh on the stream about his performance. I've watched it back and he was really, really sharp. Just with the one-touch passes into the area, like. And
how many times did he beat the defender and get in behind and just not get that goal?
And that, but the things that you don't get praised for as well. The time he did he meg someone, like, I think it was down the line, and then ran past him. Like, he did a lot of stuff yesterday that he hasn't done before, and credit to him, he was fantastic. And 9s for Bergwijn. It was just fantastic. Without scoring a goal, to get a 9, you've got to do something right, and he certainly did.
And Jose Mourinho rightly praised him big time after the game in the press conference, saying he was just incredible.
Everything but a goal.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on to Lucas Moura. We gave him a 7. 2 starts, 2 goals for Lucas Moura, so you can't really complain about that. It was a lovely flicked header from a Bergwijn corner. But apart from that, I thought he was drifting in and out of the game. He didn't contribute that much. There were a few nice moments, beating some men and what have you. But I still expect a bit better from Lucas Moura against this kind of opposition.
I don't know why, but I wouldn't mind. This is really weird me saying this, but I wouldn't mind if we sold more and got some.
Man.
No, I don't know what it is. But recently, I feel like he'll do one thing in the game, which is it's good, but then he just won't turn up for any of the rest of the game, and he's really quiet. He has moments, but he's really quiet for 70% of the games for Spurs, and I don't know what it is. I've been thinking about it for a while, but I'd be happy if we replaced him with someone else. Obviously, looks like we're getting a striker in, but I don't know what it is about him, but I'm not too happy with how he is at the moment. He's scoring, and that's good, but I feel like he needs to put in more. Because usually, like last season, he'd be running around and doing more, but the last few months, I haven't seen it from him. I don't know.
I would say the effort is still there, but I would say the quality is just lacking a bit, and that's always something we've said with Lucas Moura. But
yeah, he's always had the work
I wouldn't
rate.
say sell him, but I think he's definitely a good player in the squad to have.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the last of the starting 11, Harry Kane. We gave him a 10.
Yeah.
Again, we've given him a 10. This is the second 10 we've given him this season. Scores a hat-trick after the Maccabi Haifa flipped him off before the game. You knew it was coming, you know. Abu Fani, that is one thing that he shouldn't have done, is speak about Harry Kane, because he knew exactly what was going to come from the best striker in the world.
Yeah.
Hat-trick, 2 assists as well. I mean, this guy, he's becoming an assist king. How many assists has he got this season?
I don't know. He must be on. He's on more than. Is he on 7? Maybe.
I think
6,
more
7,
than 7
8
in total. It could be 8 or
maybe
9.
8. Maybe 8. But as for what's the Harby, the Haifa, the guy who was
Abu Fani.
This is the biggest game of his life. I mean, just leave him to. If I was Kane, I wouldn't even reply to him. It's the biggest game of his life.
He replied on the pitch.
Did it? Yeah, exactly. But it's the biggest game of his life. Like he got excited. I don't even blame the guy. Like he had nothing to lose in doing that. Well, obviously he lost the game, but yeah. I mean, Harry Kane as always. The last time I saw him getting sort of like a social media sort of back and forth was, remember Jamie Vardy when he put the Lion King thing of Mustafa like falling down the mountain. But yeah, Kane. I'll get back onto the topic. Kane was just fantastic, assist king, and that goal he scored was so. I'm just excited for this Man U game. So much relying on it, man.
I just hope Harry Kane has
this could be our coming out party.
I really hope so, man. I really hope so. But let's move on to the substitutes.
Yeah.
We're going to leave out Reguilon because he came on with a couple of minutes ago and the game was done by then. But let's start off with Dele Alli. I gave him a 7. I thought it was a breath of fresh air from Dele Alli. Completely different attitude to what it's been the last couple of weeks. He worked hard, earned that penalty with a dirty nutmeg, and tucked away the penalty beautifully.
Yeah, I think I'd give him an 8 just because of how the pressure as well. You've got to think of the pressure he would have had coming on. Yeah. All the speculation in the media the last few days to win a penalty and to score a penalty. I'd give him an 8, but also he didn't play enough. So it's respectfully a 7's fair as well. And a lot of people when he was coming on were saying, why is he coming on? Just sell him. Like no one wanted to see him in a Spurs shirt like for a long time, if not ever. So the fact that he came on and played well, I'm happy with that. And hopefully he continues to play well because I still like him, to be fair.
Let's go to last but not least, Moussa Sissoko. We gave him a 6. Not too much to note. I mean, he came on with half an hour to go. He was his usual busybody self, putting himself about, winning challenges. But, you know, that's what you expect from Moussa Sissoko. Last half an hour of the game, and the game was done anyway. So
yeah, I didn't see a lot from him. 6 is fine with me. Not too much to note on him, really. Yeah. It's sad because Mourinho doesn't seem to be playing him a lot.
But that's the beauty of having a big squad, you know. These problems are welcome.
Yeah, no, that's it. And you're not in football to be a nice guy. So as we know, and as we've said, it's a good problem to have as well.
All right, and now let's just touch on Jose Mourinho. Obviously, how do you feel that he set up the team first of all, and how do you feel the game went for him? Obviously, we won 7-2, so it couldn't have gone too bad. But Jose mentioned at the end of the game that it's great to win 7-2, but it wasn't our best performance.
I think for me, the best part about that performance and the way Jose set it up was when we went to 1-0, when we started, when they scored that wonder goal, that we remained calm and we just can't, and that's obviously been installed by Mourinho because against I don't want to pronounce it, the second team we played when it was 1-0.
Shkendia.
Yeah, we took too long to get back into it. But with this game, we just carried on the way we were playing and didn't let it affect us at all. So I feel like that's been installed by Jose, and he set up the team nicely so that if we did let in a goal, it was just straight back on our attack, and everything went well from there. La Seltzer in an attacking role is what we want to see a bit more from what we saw yesterday. I think seeing that in the Prem could really be something no one wants to mess with. What do you think about La Seltzer in more of an attacking role?
I love it. I love him in an attacking role. I love him in a deeper role. I mean, I don't really care where La Seltzer plays because he's a baller everywhere on the pitch that he plays. He can play left back, right back, for all I care. Yeah. The guy is an absolute baller. But back on Jose Mourinho, I think he he dealt with the job at hand superbly. 7 goals. A lot of fans, Spurs fans included, and fans around the Premier League go on about how Spurs will not score goals under Jose Mourinho team, how we won't attack. I mean, he's proving everyone wrong at the moment. So I think every Spurs fan must be on the Jose bandwagon at the moment because things are going brilliantly.
Yeah, I haven't listened to, well, I never really listened to the defensive critics because it's all just talk and you've got to just let it play out. It's a different squad, obviously. We've seen him be defensive before, but you can't just look at that and say he's going to be defensive for the rest of his career. It's just talk for me, and as we've seen, that hasn't been the case. So yeah.
All right.
That's it.
So there you have it. That is our player ratings for the Maccabi Haifa game. We won 7-2 and we're into the group stages.
Finally.
The draw is being made today, so check out for the next video, which will be a Tottenham update. A few transfer newses will be in there, and also who we have got in the Europa League group stage. So check out for that. Thank you, Joe, for joining me yet again. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always,
come on you Spurs.